Yo, what's going on, everybody? You're watching Giants Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green. We got a Russell Wilson update as we are in week 2 of NFL free agency that we got to talk about coming out from ESPN. Also, Ian O'Connor, longtime New York columnist, he spoke on what he heard about Aaron Rodgers. We'll break all of that down, but first, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. We recently crossed over 69,000 subscribers. Nice. On the way to 70,000. If you love the Giants and you want free, informative, entertaining updates every day on your football team, hit that sub button, lock us in, and turn on those notifications. Let's start with this from Jeremy Fowler of ESPN on Russell Wilson. Sounds pretty familiar if you ask me. Saying, this is Russell Wilson's first play in free agency in 20 years. So really nobody outside of his inner circle knows exactly what to expect. I get the sense, although this is fluid, the sense that Pittsburgh is willing to wait this out a little bit. Rodgers is a top target, so they'll see where it goes. They got Russell Wilson still as sort of a contingency plan, but he's been number 2, number 3 on their list all along. So I'm told that Russell Wilson sees the Giants as a more viable option for him throughout this process. Russell Wilson sees the New York Giants as a more viable option than the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, I wonder who would have said that. I wonder what YouTuber that covers the Giants that has a pretty nice widow's peak said that Russell Wilson wants to be a Giant and that Russell Wilson prefers to be a Giant and Russell Wilson is willing to wait because Russell Wilson does not have any market. Go back to this tweet. Rodgers is the Steelers' top target. They got Russell Wilson still as sort of a contingency plan, but he's sort of been number 2 or number 3 on their list all along. Again, I ask the question, why would the New York Giants bow out of the Aaron Rodgers sweepstakes when 1, they know they have a good chance to sign him, and 2, their backup plan is not going anywhere, and that is Russell Wilson. He's not going anywhere. Russ wants to be a Giant. He's wanted to be a Giant for a long time. And I know it doesn't mean much to you guys coming out of my mouth. I appreciate the ones that appreciate what I have to say. I wouldn't go out on such a limb on this Russell Wilson discussion if I didn't have very good evidence or a very good feeling that it was true. But I've been saying it for over a week before the New York Giants had a face-to-face meeting with Russell Wilson in 1925 Giants Drive. Russ wants to be a Giant. Russ is desperate to be a Giant. And just like reports are coming out as well, Russell Wilson would sign a contract with the New York Giants today if they offered him a deal. He has no market. He has no options. There are 2 teams that are probably willing to offer Russell Wilson starter money and a starting role. That is the New York Giants, and that is the Pittsburgh Steelers. And really only one of them are willing to offer Russell Wilson an opportunity to start for the football team next year. And that will be the team that loses out in the Aaron Rodgers sweepstakes. That's why you subscribe. I don't hate to tell you this because I love to. I told you so. I told you so. Russell Wilson wants to be a Giant. And Wilson visited the Giants last week and is reportedly ready to sign at any moment, per Jeremy Fowler of ESPN. I mean, everything that we've said has been true this whole time about the Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers saga. If the Giants liked Russell Wilson more than Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson would be a Giant. If the Giants were in love with the idea of Russell Wilson being their week 1 starter next year, they would have already offered him a contract because Russell Wilson would sign the deal as soon as it was faxed over to his agent. So continue to wait it out. Continue to wait Aaron Rodgers out. You got a great shot to sign him. And your backup plan or backup plans aren't going anywhere. Jameis Winston is still out there. Russell Wilson is still out there. And Joe Flacco is still out there. Jordan Schultz reporting this. Sources have indicated that the Pittsburgh Steelers are fine waiting for Rodgers to make a decision on whether he's ultimately playing in 2025, and if so, where. And money has not been an issue. Meanwhile, the Giants remain interested, though I could see them adding a backup type QB very soon, similar to Pittsburgh, with them signing Mason Rudolph. And that could make some sense. Maybe the New York Giants want a veteran backup quarterback because maybe they know they aren't getting a quarterback at the 3rd overall pick. Sounds like Cam Ward's the Titan at 1. And it sounds like the Browns, at the very least, are very interested in selecting Shedeur Sanders, number 2 overall. So, yeah, Aaron Rodgers still out there. And according to Ian O'Connor and Colin Cowherd, the Giants have no issues with Aaron Rodgers as a locker room presence. Why are the Giants so interested in him? Because he is the best available quarterback. Ian O'Connor, longtime New York columnist, 5-time New York Times bestselling author of 6 books, saying that if the Giants had the same talent level as the Minnesota Vikings, that Aaron Rodgers would already be a Giant, saying, quote, he has respect for the Giants. They've had good conversations. O'Connor said he's talked to a couple people within the Giants organization, and they have no issues with Aaron Rodgers as a locker room presence or as a personality. They don't care. They think he is the best available, and they've made him a good offer. So for all the people out there that say, Marsh, we can't do it, cannot do it, bad locker room guy, bad dude, not a good teammate, the Giants are fine with it. And the Giants are willing to do whatever it takes to sign Aaron Rodgers. Why? Because they don't have a quarterback, and he is the best quarterback on the market. So that's the news of the day. Russell Wilson is begging to be a Giant. Russell Wilson views the Giants as a better option than the Pittsburgh Steelers, and Russell Wilson would sign a contract to be the New York Football Giants quarterback today if they offered him that. And the Giants, they know that, so they're going to use that to their advantage. Don't tell anybody I told you that. That's a secret. That is a secret. And Aaron Rodgers, New York Giants are willing to wait. They are digging their boots in the sand. They think he's the best available quarterback. They don't have a quarterback. They don't have a problem with how he is in the locker room. They don't have a problem with how he is as a teammate. Ian O'Connor reporting the Giants have made a competitive offer. He's had multiple conversations with the Giants, and they've gone really well. So there we have it. News of the day. I'm on my way to the Big 12 Pro Day here in Dallas, Texas at the Frisco Star, the Cowboys practice facility. I'll make sure to stomp on the Star again. Appreciate all y'all for following and rocking with us. If you could, hit that thumbs up icon on your way out and subscribe to the channel. Let's go Big Blue.